on here in 2 weeks, but of course, I'm glad because I needed a break. I've needed a brain break. I've been working hard, and so even though I've still had the opportunity to do opportunity calls and things like that, the Sunday evening thing with Labor Day one weekend, I can't remember what the other weekend was, but praise God for a break, right? So we are back in full force, ready to dive in, ready to share some information with you, ready to pop some hands a little bit because, some things that will help me as a leader. I need everybody to kick in. So I'll be mentioning a couple of things. Those that know my heart will receive it. Those that don't probably won't, but I'll still say it anyway as a leader that wants to grow and go fast. So I'm going to share some things. I want to shout out all the new people. Hello, hello, hello. Those that are joining for the first time. Hello, this is Pastor Tracy Davis, your fearless leader of the Dynasty Builder. Super excited about building a dynasty, about doing some great things in the industry of network marketing. I am totally an advocate of this industry. It has changed so many lives, including mine. And I'm so excited about it. And I'm so excited that you have chosen to partner with us. There are other teams, but I don't think there's any better team. So we want to get it together so we can understand what teamwork really means and start to operate like that. And so I want to, first of all, I'm looking for my notes here because I have quite a few things I want to cover. I know football season is in, and I do know some people are like, hurry up because the game is starting, the Giants and the Cowboys and all that good stuff. Good thing is this is being recorded. The other thing is I'm not a football fan, so whatever, right? But I do understand, and so I promise you I won't waste your time. But we do need to hang out just a little bit. I wanted to in our group. I actually put in there about following the system, and so I want to start there tonight because for lack of a better word, it can be frustrating for me as a leader to provide information, to have things in place, and then for it not to be followed. That can be frustrating for me because it takes a lot of my time aside from other things that I do. And so I'm wanting true participation from the standpoint of how we run things, okay? And so I'm not a novice, been in this industry for a while, and I know what works. And say, for an example, you're really, really busy and you didn't get a chance to tell your team members about this hangout or about a special training. Well, because if they're plugged into the system, they would get a text message or they would receive an email if I'd received those, right? Or if they were in the Facebook group, they would see it. So that's why systems are so important. And the reason I made the statement that systems should be, your business should be system dependent and not people dependent. Because as people, we're human. We have frailties, we have faults, we forget, we get busy, right? And so I want to encourage you all, please don't reinvent the wheel. If you're going to be part of the Dynasty Builders, we really need to follow the system. If a person is on Facebook, I want them added to the Facebook group, right? I want them added so they feel a part of the team. I want them to know that they have support. Say, for an example, perfect example was last night, I believe, I don't know who it was that asked for some information. I think it was Rebecca asked for some information, and Cynthia chimed right in there to help. That's team. That's what I'm wanting because I was on a webinar. I have other businesses, things that, pull me away, and teamwork right away. But guess what? If she wasn't in the group or if her sponsor wasn't available, she may have wanted the replay information or the fiverr.com that Cynthia was able to provide. That's what I'm after, okay? And so I'm really an advocate for teamwork and being there for one another. I'm really an advocate for locking arms. And so, making sure the persons, if they are Facebook people, are in the group. We even talked to a young lady. She said, I'm not on Facebook. I said, well, you may want to create an account just for the group. It doesn't matter if you're going to use Facebook for marketing purposes or for contact purposes. It's a free resource that we have. I prefer it because we can all, get a chance to stay connected that way. Okay. Now, having said that, I also, about 2 weeks ago, made a very detailed recording. We could not be on live. So I made a recording. And during the recording, I asked each person to send me email and cell phone information. And guess how many I received? Zilch. So I said, okay, either they didn't listen to the call or they assumed that I already had their information. When I put it out there, no one is excluded from that. That means I need the information so that when I pass it to my assistant, because again, I'm busy, you all, and I don't want anyone to miss anything. I need you all to cooperate. That's what a team does, right? And so my email, I'll give it to you tonight or whenever you're watching this, Pastor Tracy, I spell Tracy, I-E-P-A-S-T-O-R, Tracy, T-R-A-C-I-E at AOL.com. Okay. Somebody can put that in the group, but y'all got to help me, right? I can't send a text message and wonder who got it and all of that. If I have the information, then that way we know everyone is plugged in. The beautiful thing is this, because of technology, things are recorded, whatever, it's recorded. So that way people can watch it at their leisure. And so if I send out a link or a replay or whatever, they can do it according to schedule. There's some night owls, that may be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they can listen to a call, or, in the afternoon. It really doesn't matter to me when. The key is I want everyone plugged in. So if you guys can help me with that, I would be so, so happy. Let me tell you why when you recruit someone and you lose them, because you did not plug them in. That's the second thing, the lifeline. The lifeline call is so important. No one is going to interrogate your new person. That's to make sure that you get them to stick. If you think of a person that needs CPR and somebody's breathing into them and, showing them how you're getting them back to life, that's what a lifeline will do for your business, because not only should you let them meet me as your upline, but maybe some other business partner that they may have a similar personality, to make sure they have somebody else's cell phone or whatever, right? Especially if they're in the same area. Right now, we have a lot of people in Florida, team members. We have a group of team members that's growing in the Delaware, PA area. Everybody should have one another's numbers. That is what a team does, okay? So that's important to me, you all. I'm very, very adamant about, this is not a club. This is a business where some of us, I know all of us are not, but some of us want to make 5, 6, or 7 figures with TLC. And the way to do that is don't reinvent the wheel. Let's go do things the way they should work, okay? So plugging people into the Facebook group, if they are going to be online, I pray they will. But even if not, the lifeline, right? Very important that you do a lifeline to introduce them. Hey, this is my new business partner, Joanne. She's excited. I turn the call over to you, and I'll just ask them a few questions. I want to know, if they're married, if they're single, where they work or whatever, so I can kind of know their family. So I'll know that when she says, you know what, this isn't going to be good for me tonight because my child has a soccer game, I'll remember that, hey, I talked to Joanne. She's really into soccer. She's a soccer mom. That's what's important. That's what a team is. People can join any business, right? They can join any business, guys. And so keep that in mind. They want to know, hey, can I do this? Am I going to have support? Am I going to enjoy this? No one wants to do something they don't enjoy. And so we want to show them what kind of a team that we are. Okay, so do I have thumbs up on that you all will start to flow with how the system is, that you will be system motivated as opposed to relying upon people? Thumbs up. Okay, so that's going to be important. All right, now I wrote all these wonderful notes down, and then of course I'm like, where are they? So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, three-way calls. When we do a three-way call, I know you're brilliant. I know you're wonderful. I know you can close the person, but that is not following the system. Okay, following the system says, you know what, I know this person is ready to close, but I want to, to have them to see how we do business. If they see that's how you close, they'll know that that's what they're supposed to do. That when I get to this point, hey, I need to speak with, I want to let you know, or let you speak with my business partner, get any other questions you have answered. Okay, because, they may have said, okay, goodness, all right, great. Well, somebody else, they're not trying to make me do something real quick without thinking, because we don't have to. This business works. This is legit. This is not a scam. This is not, overnight, some type of a thing where people do something overnight and hide. This works. And so I don't mind. Stacy as a director doesn't mind. Other leaders that are emerging in the group don't mind being that third party validation. What is that three-way call doing? It's actually helping them to see you as a leader. We validate you. We'll say, Sheila is awesome. She is tearing things up. She's really, selling a lot of some of our products like the NRG and the coffee. That's saying, oh, wow, Sheila is good. Okay, somebody else admires her. That's the purpose, guys. So you definitely want to do that. And I just call Sheila's name out. It could be anybody, right? So I want us to follow the system because I'm serious about building a dynasty. I really want to show people how this industry should work. And there are a lot of people that come into this industry, they're not integrous. And I feel like that I am, and the people that I sponsor are, and that I want to set a new standard. A lot of times our industry does not have the respect that it should, because you have had people that tell lies and make all these claims and what have you. We don't have to make incredible claims. Once you take this NRG, you can run to the moon. We don't have to lie. People, when they try it, they get their own testimony. So I'm wanting our group to be real. I'm wanting our group to make some money, right? And I'm wanting our group to grow, right? And so I thank God that we are growing. I really do, but we need to grow faster. And so let me talk to you about the Project 1000. When I mentioned that on the opportunity call, that's not something I'm throwing out there. I want our group to grow to 1,000. right? Obviously, I cannot do that alone. I want everybody to say, well, with that 1,000, I'm going to put at least 10 in, or okay, well, I'm going to sponsor at least 20, or I'm going to sponsor at least, you know, whatever you're going to do to help that dream for the team come to pass. When we have, I'm not going to say if we have, but when we have a group of 1,000 plus, that means we have some people in there making some cash, making some money. And that is what I desire. I want everyone that's watching tonight or whenever you're watching this to be able to have the life that you desire and that you deserve. And with every fiber of my being, you all, I believe that you can do whatever you want with this opportunity. It is the opportunity where I gave the example in our group. You know, you have a Stormy Wellington, you know, and I want to make this clear too, because my husband's like, you put her business out there. I didn't put her business out there. Stormy tells her testimony all over the world. So when I said she shared with me, I wasn't saying, oh, this woman told me something in confidence and now I'm sharing it. I would never, ever do that. But what I was saying is this: she went from broke to broken. And she was able to do it with our company, Total Life Changes. And if she's able to do it, we can do it. You know, now, of course, she has some super hustle. She doesn't have, you know, there are things that we wouldn't do, or some people would do. I'm not going to a salon. I'm not walking up to a stranger. Stormy will, right? So, of course, she's an industry phenom, as I said yesterday in the post. But at the same time, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to follow the system, right? And most of the things that I do, guys, they're from someone else because I follow successful others, period, dot, right? I've worked with Stormy since 2011. I've worked with Mr. Holton Buggs. I've worked with Twyla Portis. So when I'm giving information, it's not something I pulled out of the sky. It's people that I have worked with and that I am working with. And I'm making sure that I share that information, okay? Now, you need to make sure that your people are plugged in, and every now and then, at least once a week, send them a text saying, hey, how are you? You need anything? Just to let them know you care. If you recruit someone, that's not what people need. They need to be sponsored. And when you sponsor them, you call them, or, you know, if you're not a call type person, I love texting because I'm super busy. And if somebody sends me a text and I'm in a meeting, I can just kind of be under the table and send a text back. Just say, hey, just checking on you, just saying hello, hope all is well, right? You want to do that. They may say, I'm not building a business right now. You say, well, okay, well, we're here when you're ready. You know, just reaching out. Don't hate on someone if this is not the time they choose to build. I'm sorry that they're not, but for some people, they've chosen not to, and that's okay. But check on people, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about tea parties. You know, the company is emphasizing tea parties, transitional parties, transformation parties, whatever you want to call them. PBRs, private business receptions. They're emphasizing that because they are very effective. And let me talk to you about it. I actually had a conversation with someone the other day. I'm like, I can't believe with your bubbly personality, you haven't had anyone into your home. This is something you may want to go ahead and implement. Now, I'm an internet marketer, network marketer, online. I love it. It works for me. But there's a learning curve with that. I've been online since 2007, right? And so, of course, there are certain things that I know how to do, and I do it without thinking. I share with you all free ways, but guess what? There are paid ways that you can market online. And some of that even takes a learning curve, right? So that you're not wasting money. But you know what a fast way is that you can build your business? With the parties, inviting some people over and sharing. You buy that tea party kit. The party kit is $69. It has like the coffee, it has the NRG, it has a little bitty bottle of Nutriverse, and it has tea in it, right? It has the little bands. I don't have mine on tonight. And that way you can just kind of share with people. Having people over, keeping it simple. You don't need to be doing all this cooking and everything. Just say, hey, I'm having a tasting party. That's what I'm going to call mine. I'm having a tasting party once a month, or, you know, twice a week, or whatever you decide. But they're emphasizing that, guys. And that's how a lot of people are growing very quickly, because they're inviting people in and letting them try. They let them try before they buy. And then guess what? They buy it. And then now they have a customer. Okay. So let me write a note so I don't forget. Okay, so when you're having the tea party, not actually written a couple of things down pertaining to that, you should have a goal, and this is according to Miss Twyla Portis, of having a 500 volume party, right? Whatever you want to call it, a 500 volume party. And so basically, you know that the tea has 40 volume, right? And you know the NRG has 40 volume, and you know the Nutriverse has 40 volume. Okay, each of our products has a volume. And so if you'll have a client or person that's there and you make recommendations to them, then you can see how if you sold each person NRG, Nutriburst, the tea, and maybe add the emu oil, you're getting like, you know, what is it, like 120 some odd points more than that, really. That's more than that. 40 times 3 is 120. Then you add the 15. So you're getting 135 per person. So you can easily have these parties that'll get you the volume. What was it? It was Reginald Stinson taught on yesterday, talking about our business is a business of volume. So that's how you have to think. Do we have our business hats on? You know, are we really thinking, how can I move some product? Are we understanding that when we have volume, that we get half of that from a retail standpoint? I want you to understand, guys, that you have something amazing, something incredible with Total Life Changes. Before Total Life Changes, and I'll just be a little transparent with you. Before Total Life Changes, I was with a company called Jeunesse. Jeunesse is like one of the fastest growing companies in the world, just like TLC. And when I look at the stats, I'm excited because I said either way I was doing well, right? And I had built up that business volume-wise to close to $500,000 on one of my sides, right? Doing well. But the thing that was negative about Jeunesse, and I'm not dogging the company because people are doing well, is the retail aspect of it. There wasn't a large margin. So if I sold some of the skincare, I'd only make $10 or $8. You know, so I wasn't getting half. I think the maximum was like 12%. So here I am doing the same type of marketing with TLC, and here I am getting 50%. So I made a business decision, right? So for me, this is a business, and Total Life Changes is the better business decision. There's another company that sells coffee that has Ganoderma in it. When we would send people to the website to buy the coffee, we would only make $8, even though the people paid $34. Okay? They paid $34 and we only made $8. So I still had to send people to the site, still had to do all the marketing. So from a business standpoint, being with TLC makes more sense because you're getting 50%. So if someone spends $40 volume, you made 20, right? And so that's what I'm excited about, because we make more money with TLC. And that's why my emphasis each week is to have a sales goal and a recruiting goal. I retail to recruit. Now, I appreciate Stacy for playing team. You know, when I put it in the group, hey, this is what my goal is. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to always meet the goal, but you got to have a goal. It has to be written down. And you have to know that our group is a safe place. It's a safe place to say, my goal is to, you know, do 200 this week or 100 this week or 500 this week. Whatever it is, guys, you have to, and that way we can say, I'm rooting for you. Go for it, Angie. You know, go for it. Go for it. You can do it. We're rooting for you. How's it going, guys? This is something I did. I want to see more of that in the group. I want to see more. Hey, this is an idea that I did. This is something that I did. You know what I mean? Because that's what a team does, because together everyone achieves more. So let's talk about that. When we add someone to the group, it's not, oh, okay, she recruited somebody else. No, that's like she recruited somebody for us, because everyone benefits from it. That's what's so awesome about our company. Everyone benefits from it, you all, because you locked your spot. Anybody that comes in after you, you can benefit from that volume. Okay. So depending of course, they have to be on the same side with you, but I'm telling you what, man, this is awesome. So I need you to think business like, man, I did a good thing this year. The enemy may have attacked you so much in so many different areas, and you feel like, man, I'm not where I want to be. But let me tell you what, you did a smart thing by not only locking your spot, but continuing to build. It may not be as fast as you want, but you are building. Each person from Miss Belinda Coleman, if she looks at her group, she already has people under her. You understand? Yes, she brought in her 2, and yes, she's binary qualified, but because she locked her spot, all of the other growth that has happened since she came in has fallen under her. So the same thing with Jacqueline, everyone, you all. So I want you to see how important this is, and that each of us benefits from the volume. Okay. All right. So I hope you all are taking copious notes tonight, understanding what our goal at the transitional party or transformation party or the PBR, whatever we want to call it, is 500 points. You may make that, you may not make that, but have a goal. I would have it written down in my calendar, right? Everybody has a calendar, right? We talked about this. We want to make sure we have our calendars, and you have your goal written down in there. I actually wrote my goal and sent the text message to my business partner. She is my accountability partner. We're not in the same line or anything, but we chose to be accountable to each other. We have a sales goal and a recruiting goal, to keep one another accountable. So that's very, very, very important. All right. So let me check real quick the Facebook group to see if you all have any questions real quick. If you can just bear with me 1 second. Let me see if there are any questions here. Give me a second. Matter of fact, It always looks crazy when you're, let me see. I'm excited. I love spending time with you guys. Okay, so Stacy says she's on the YouTube channel. All right, guys. So if there are any questions or anything like that that pop up, let me know. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, let me go into my notes here. We talked about systems. Okay, so I don't want to be redundant and go over that again. Okay, I gave you the example about the NRG and the different points with that. But write your goals down. You know, make sure you're writing your goals down and that you are, you know, working towards that. Personal development, I talked a little bit about that with another group today. But, you know, one of the things that's going to be very important is that you have some type of something to keep your mind fed. I love Jerry Clark. That's who I'm really listening to right now. But you need to have someone. Think and Grow Rich. Think The Magic of Thinking Big. You know, any book that can develop you personally, you need to read it on a daily basis. I'm going to tell you what, if you're desiring to make $5,000 a month, for an example, but your mindset is $2,000 a month, even if you made $5,000 one month, you're going to go right back to the 2,000 because your mind will bring you back there because that's all you feel you deserve. So if you're wanting to be bigger, you have to be around bigger, think bigger, read bigger, all those kind of things so that your mind can continue to expand. There are certain things that I cannot do anymore because my mind has been expanded. You know, there are certain things, it's almost like I have an allergic reaction to it because I think so big that, you know, it's amazing to me, like, oh my God, I couldn't do that anymore because my mind won't allow me to. It's a certain just mentality that I have because of the personal development. I put the time in. Okay, guys, please do your homework on yourself. Please know that you need to spend more time on you than you do your business, because as you grow, your mind expands. You're going to expect better. I expect better. I expect to attract people that want more, right? Because I want more. And that's who you're going to attract. If you are a person that always has an excuse, if you are a person that is negative, that's who you're going to attract into your space. Someone that always has an excuse, right? And someone that's always negative. So if you don't want to be like that, start to change and do it on purpose. So let's talk a little bit about the 4 steps to success, especially since we have some new people on here. You need to make sure that you become a product of the product. Okay, we talked about this before, but I want to make sure that everybody has this. Become a product of the product. You want to make sure that you set the proper auto ship. The proper auto ship would be, you know, the minimum is 40, right? The minimum is 40. And then if you're going for a director, you have to make sure that 80 is already locked in. The max that you would have to do with this company is 120, right? Now, if you're a product of the product, you're probably ordering 120 a month anyway. You probably have your NRG, your Nutriverse, and your tea on lock. You may even have your emu oil. Some of you have your Gano and your Tachui. Some have the Chaga, you know. It's wonderful to be a product of the product and be able to benefit from it physically and financially. So you definitely want to do that. You want to build a list of contacts, guys. You want to look through your cell phone. Everybody, I was looking today, I'm like, my goodness, because I've cleaned my phone a couple times and I still have over 325 contacts in my phone, right? That I need to call or to share, you know, this opportunity. Do you or anyone you know want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? Do you or anyone you know, that needs to be the phrase that you're constantly using. And don't be lazy and just text people. You want to call them, right? Because that'll set you apart, because most people are what? Texting. That most people are inboxing, and that's definitely not something that you want to do. Okay, so you want to make a list of people that you feel will be customers. Make a list of people that you feel will want to be business partners. How would you build if you had a brick and mortar business, right? What would you do, guys? You would actually make a list so you can let people know I'm launching my business. You will let people know I'm starting my business. You wouldn't be a secret agent. There are a lot of us that are secret agent distributors. You can't build like that, right? So it's important that, I know there's some people on your phone you don't like. I get that. There's some people on your phone. There's some people on my phone. I'm not going to call them, right? I don't even know why they're in my phone. But there are some people that you do like that you haven't contacted. So you definitely want to do that. Okay. Right. All right. Now let's talk just a little bit about marketing. when you are marketing, some of us are not balanced. I go on your pages sometimes and it just looks like a constant commercial. You got to be balanced. Okay. If you're going to be marketing in social media, people want to, almost like a magazine, you know, you entertain them, you educate them, and then periodically there'll be an advertisement. Okay. The other thing is this: you can't keep advertising to the same people. You have to add people to your funnel, to your group. So that means you need to find, you know, somebody that's in your cell phone and friend them on Facebook. That's a great way with you kind of easing in back into a relationship, because you can say, you know what, hey, hadn't seen you in a while. You know, I just, you know, making this request, you know, friend me back or accept my request or whatever. Perfect way. You could do that with people you went to school with. So you may not want to directly say, hey, do you or anyone you know, but you can say, you know what, I found you on Facebook. So good to reconnect. Now, because you found them on Facebook, guess what's going to happen? They're going to see your timeline. They're going to see your NRG advertisement or whatever. And then that way you can say, you know, maybe after a week or so, do you or anyone you know? Okay. But you definitely, guys, you can't keep advertising to the same people. You'll notice that your sales have gone down if you are doing that, right? Several places I actually listed in our group the other day, free places to advertise. And then there also, tomorrow, I'm going to post some paid places that you can advertise. You can actually pay on Twitter to advertise. Of course, you can pay on Facebook to advertise, but you need to know what you're doing. I love advertising on Backpage and Craigslist and, you know, some of the free places, but the key is doing it a lot and being consistent. Shout out to Jamie, who's been killing it on Craigslist. She has been, I mean, just amazing. And guess what? Sending people to shrinkandgrowrich.info and then following up with them. And then guess what? Setting up three-way calls. So it's amazing when you work the system. It's just a matter of time. You work through the funnel. You know, sometimes when you're going through that, people may not be ready monetarily, but at least they have the information. You keep them in your phone, on your calendar to follow up with them, or of course your physical calendar, right, of when you call people back, and you do that. Okay. So again, there are all kinds of places. I will put those in our group tomorrow of where you can pay to advertise. Banner advertising is huge. YouTube advertising is huge, and a lot of times virtually untapped. But let's talk about offline advertising. You need to go to some places where you can actually, hey, can I leave my flyer here? Can I leave this fishbowl here for a drawing? You know, lose 5 pounds in 5 days, get a free pack of, you know, a free pack of tea for the week, you know, whatever. So you need to be creative. You need to maybe go into some salons. I've heard this from both Stormy and also Twyler, you know, going into some salons and making an arrangement with the owner, you know, that if they will allow you to put your stuff there, that you can split it with them. You know, if you're paying somebody to do your hair or paying someone to wash your car or do your cleaning or whatever it is, they need to be spending money with you. So make some type of an arrangement when you are off. Now, I know some of you probably work 6 days a week or 7 days a week, but everybody on here doesn't. So on that day off, you need to take the time to build your business, saying, you know what, I'm going to put some business cards here, some flyers here, blitz cards, you know, whatever, even the Momentum magazine, right? These are great to have at a salon. Do you have these, right? You have these at a salon. Somebody can just flip and read the stories. If you know someone in there like Lanika Scott, that's our upline. You can say, you know, this person is my business partner, right? She's one of my business partners. Read her story, read their story. You definitely want to be smart about that. Okay, so let me check the group again to see if there are any questions. Let me share my screen here so we can just go. I don't even know how to do that. All right, so I mentioned to you all about Blab, and also, are there any questions, guys? Let me see. Nope, everybody's just telling me about me and my husband. Okay, so nothing on there. Okay, so I mentioned Blab to you guys because that's a way for all of us. Let me go. I'm going to go to that site right now so you all can see what I mean about it being a great way for us to hang out together. And then we're going to end this. We've only been on here 34 minutes. I don't see any questions. Send me a text message, guys, if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want me to cover tonight. Main thing I wanted to cover tonight was teamwork, following the system, making sure that you understand that you have to have set goals. And then the last thing we'll close with is talking about director and how people are making it so quickly. But this is the site. I hope you all can see it, blab.im. And you actually will download this on your phone. You sign up with Twitter, and then you see how these 4 people are on here. That's how it would be. So say for an example, this would be me talking, and then, you know, somebody else could pop on and ask a question or share a great idea or whatever. And after this person is finished, they pop off and somebody else could pop on. So I think Blab is going to be great, even if it's nothing for team training or just hanging out casually. But guess what? You can also use this if you have a person in Mississippi, for an example, and you have another person in Delaware, and you have another person in Arizona, and you all could have a tea party or whatever, or you could do a presentation and allow everyone to communicate together. So I wanted to make sure you know about this resource. And then, of course, what is the other one? Periscope. I love Periscope. I actually, I hadn't been on there in a while. I hopped on there today right after church. But Periscope is another one that you definitely want to download, because, again, it's a Twitter app and people are using it. People are there, and you want to be where people are, okay? I'm going to do like a quick tutorial on it and post it in the group. So that's what I'll be doing. I know, Sheila, you had asked what are some ways to use that. I'm going to do a quick training on it. Probably by Tuesday, it will be in the group. And then that way, you will actually have another way to mark it, okay? So I'm going to check the Facebook group one more time, and then we are going to call it a night after we talk about the going director. You know how people are going director? They're going director because people get together in 1 week and say, let's do this week. That way they know all that volume can count together in 1 week. I recently learned, and at first I was kind of a little upset about it, I recently learned about placement, that you can actually place people in different legs, to make it stronger. And I'll give you more training on that later. But it's very important that we understand the concept of team, that if Angela and Sheila and Sharonica, if you all decide, hey, this week we're going to knock out director, that can help you from a momentum standpoint. You can make sure that at least one leg is done for you because you are working in that same week. That's how people are knocking it out, guys. And so we want to have that same kind of attitude. Okay, let me see if anybody sent me a text message. And then other than that, we are going to end our call tonight. So let's go ahead and stop sharing. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Any questions? Send me a text message, Stacy or Sheila, if you guys are still on here. Let me know if you have any questions, that anything you need me to cover. Again, the main thing I wanted to cover tonight is to make sure that we know understand that system is very important to me. That when I make a recording and I make a request, that you guys adhere to that, because that helps me as a leader. One, to feel appreciated, one, to know that you all are listening to the training and you're implementing it. And then also I wanted to encourage you, to let you know that this is the opportunity. I'm not looking for another opportunity. I don't see anybody else paying 50%. I don't see anybody else that has the products that work immediately. I'm not even trying to lose weight, losing weight. It goes well energy wise when I go to the gym. I mean, I'm not looking, right? So of course, with ministry and all the other stuff that I have, I'm super busy. But from a network marketing standpoint, TLC. So I'm not receiving any messages from you guys. So I'm going to assume that all is well. I will have some more information put into our group. There is a retreat that is coming up that I will share with you all, but it's for directors and above. But once I get that information, I will share that. So again, shout out to all of our new people. No questions, ready to go. Awesome. Shout out to all of our new people. I'm excited. Guys, let's work hard. Let's not be whiners. Let's be winners. Let's be people that have goals and work together. Let's go director. When I came into this company right before I signed up, my husband and I were getting ready to go to Jamaica. So I knew I wasn't going to work the business, right? I locked my spot though, because I wasn't crazy. When I realized what was happening, I locked my spot, went on the vacation, had to pray about to make sure this was the thing that I needed to do, right? Before I released Janess, because I had built that up. Right. And then once I felt in my spirit that this was the thing to do, I went ahead and I started to knock it out. And I went director in 3 weeks. It really doesn't even have to take you 3 weeks, because, you know, once you know what you're doing and you decide to do the transformation parties, I did mine with lunch. I did mine with, you know, get on the phone, get people on a lunch call, virtual, and then follow up 3-way calls. That's how I did mine. That's how people came in. That's how I went director, right? One on the right, one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, and built that volume up. Now, some of us are not working this and we're thinking, oh, okay, she told me to get 2. I got 2 people that's not working. That's not a business. You have to get 2 people that want to work, and then you don't stop at 2. Never let your minimum be your maximum, right? So you want to say, if I want to build a 5-figure, 6-figure, or 7-figure business, then I need to sponsor more people. You got to sponsor more people. I love everybody, but I understand that everybody doesn't want what I want, so I'm not waiting on them. I will not wait on somebody that to decide if they want to work or not. This is network marketing. It is not a lottery. It is something that I believe is a gift from God. And sometimes, you know, it's like, man, God, I wish this was moving faster. I moved fast with director. For me to move up, somebody else has to move up. Obviously, if it was just based on me, I would kill the game because I understand that this takes work. But guess what? Now we're into leadership mode where it's like, let's build other leaders. So I praise God for Stacy. I'm looking for other people that want to do this thing because we need a platform. We need to show people how to work businesses with integrity, how to care about people, and how to get people healthy. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not focused on just tea. I'm not just focused on any product. I consult with the people, see what they need. I service them because I truly care. And that's the way we have to be. When I'm not coming up with little, oh, we're the dynasty builders. No, I'm serious. I'm building a dynasty. I'm building a dynasty. I'm leaving a legacy for my children, you know what, and for my children's children. So I'm serious about that. And I'm looking for people that will lock arms with me and say, you know what, I'm not whining anymore, Pastor. I'm focused. I have excuses. Yes, I'm busy. Yes, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you get up, but I'm going to make this happen. Right? I'm going to do the personal development. I'm going to stop hanging around negative people. I'm going to stop the negative self-talk. I'm going to read or listen. I'm going to use my car as a rolling university. I'm going to write my goals down. I'm going to be accountable. I'm going to follow the system. That's all I'm asking, right? And then guess what? You have somebody that is there for you that will help you. But what I'm not going to be is customer service, right? Why is customer service not answering? I'm not customer service. I'm not corporate. I have an IBO number just like everybody else, independent business owner, right? And so what we do is work together. If you have a testimony that can bless the team, please share it because that helps the team. And if the team grows, we all grow. So that's all I wanted to share tonight. Let me see. Sheila says I'm still on. No question. All is well. Okay, guys, thanks so much for hopping on. We'll be back here. Tell me this. What did you guys think about 8 o'clock? I had an interruption. 7 o'clock was supposed to be the call. What did you all think about 8? Was 8 better or do you prefer 7? Shoot me a quick text or put it in the group real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end this. Is 8 o'clock better? All right, let's see. Stacy just put something in the group. Let me check that real quick, and then we'll hop on. You like 8 o'clock better? Okay. Anybody else like 8 o'clock better? I was kind of like 8 o'clock a little bit. It kind of gave me a chance to finish what I needed to do. So Stacy likes 8 o'clock. Anybody else like 8 o'clock? Send me a text or put it in the group real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end. Praise God. All right. I love you guys so very, very much. Again, we are Dynasty Builders. If you need anything, please feel free to give me a call or an email. Of course, you can inbox me on Facebook, right? And with that being said, you all have a wonderful, blessed night. Good night.